along with 2 certifications, not just one. So we have got 2 certifications along with the prep. One is yoga certification, and the other one is NLP, neuro linguistic programming. So I hope all of you have gone through the details of that. So please, be ready if you want to register. Just let everyone know. And also, there is one session that we're going to launch. That is a knowledge session for the diploma students in the month of October, starting from 4th Saturday. So that is something that we are going to launch as a debut. So looking forward for that as well. And welcome to the session once again. Okay, I have one of our old friend, one of my old friend, Yashwantji with me. So he is going to take the session forward. He's the moderator today. And talking about him, he has done a lot of things. I mean, if I start briefing about him, it's something that he has done so far, because he's been part of 30 under 30 HR, and he's been jury of that, and also he is CHRM for Scale, and he has been part of the training programs. He's been part of various interventions. He's also certified NLP practitioner. He's a he's been through various things, and he's a mentor with IMA as well. And so I welcome him on board as a moderator for today, and I hope he will take the session. It will be a wonderful session today. So over to you, Yashwantji. You can take it forward from here.
All right. Thank you so much, Linsu, and thanks so much, ISTD Delhi chapter, Anubha ma'am, and everyone. We today have, amazing, eminent panelist with us, Rajesh Kashyap ji, who is the founder and the lead trainer, and also Varang Ghai ji, who is also into the learning and development space. So I once again, welcome both of you on behalf of the ISTD Delhi chapter and as part of this Manthan series. Coming back to the today's, exciting topic on innovative training practices. The way world is changing, we are seeing a lot of kind of disruptions happening in the learning and development space, which brings me into the question that what do you see as the top 3 most significant trends in the training practices today, and how they are driving the innovation in the field? So over to you, Rajesh ji and Varang ji.
So Rajesh, you want to go first, or you want me to go first?
I think you can start first.
Okay. Thank you so much, Rajesh. Thank you, first of all, Delhi chapter and Anubha for having me here. I'm truly honored. As we navigate the ever-evolving landscape of professional development, the importance of innovative training cannot be overstated, and which is the need of the hour. Today is also significant in a way that all the global leaders are here in Delhi for T20 Summit, and with so far it's going successful, success for India. Now, coming back to the question Yashwant asked, now in today's training landscape, there are several trends, out as significant drivers of innovation, because today we are more focused on innovation than invention. And when it comes to training, I see there are 3 prominent factors, that could help us in understanding the significant trend. First is personalization. Now, why it is important is that because the move towards the personalized learning experience is a game changer, right? Learners now expect training that adapts their needs, performances, deliverables. Innovative training platforms, use our data analytics and AI to tailor content, pace, and of course, in talking about assessment to individual learners and maximizing engagement and retention. That's one, because what we want is that what's in it for me. Focusing on what I need based on my KPIs is important. Second, that it's most important point is micro learning. Now, the time is changing. The gears are shifting towards long learning hours. The training room, the classroom that we used to have, yes, it will be there in future as well, but then we need to change based on the dynamics which are changing. With the increasing busy lives, shorter bite-sized training modules have gained popularity. Microlearning provides quick, focused content that is easy to consume, make it an effective tool just in time learning and skill retention. And we have a real-time example for YouTube Shorts, or we say talking about Coursera, Udemy, wherein you have those small learnings available, wherein people can rewind, pause, and then understand in case you are unable to understand, which gives us more plug and play options available for them. Third, which is I believe is virtual reality. Now AR and VR. These are revolutionized training by creating immense realistic learning environments. Again, that depends on organization or the industry that you work in, but then this is significant, what I believe, based on the technology that are, particularly impacting the field of healthcare, manufacturing, and aviation, wherein hands-on experience is very critical. Yeah, over to you, Yashwant. You are on mute.
I think Yashwant.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, you touched upon really important points of personalized learning, micro learning, and also the artificial intelligence or the AR or VR, right? So great insights on that. Rajesh, I would like to compliment on those points.
Absolutely. So I agree with what Mr. Warren said. So post-COVID, the things have changed. Now the things are changing very fast, and at the same time, organization has to compete with different people, different competitors. So the requirement of training has improved and increased, and the continuous learning is required. But at the same time, we need to take care of the productivity also. And because of that reason, organizations are not able to plan previous traditional kinds of training. So that's how the same way Warren has said that now the trend is digital and innovative. This is one place where training can be planned in a very, very effective manner. At the same time, it's easy to organize. It is cost effective also. And that's why whether it is micro learning, whether it is personalized, whether it is like LMS kind of thing, whether it is my mobile learning, whether it is these kind of learnings are now is really trend, and these are having lots of advantages also for the learner also and for the organizer also. Thank you.
Thank you. I think you rightly talked about the digital learning, right? And currently we have the G20 going on, so there's a lot of focus on the digital economy going forward. Vasudev Kutumbakam, one Earth, one family, one future. Great. Thank you for that. So this brings me to another question. What exactly your organization has implemented as far as innovative training practice is concerned, how you have implemented, and what were the real outcomes? So just a quick, I think, answer from you.
Yeah. So, Varanji, should I take
Please
this
go
question now? So post-COVID, like I was a person who was very much comfortable with offline training, and I was never wanted to enter in online or digital or virtual training. But I accepted the reality, and I got opportunity to work for certain organization. One of the organization is a pharmaceutical organization, GSK, then Capgemini, Accenture, Cognizant, and some of the manufacturing organization also. So I'll explain my organization experience in a generalized manner. For example, this pharmaceutical organization they wanted to provide training to all of their employees, those who are working all over India. But that need lots of cost and all other things. So what happened? We planned a virtual program for them where there was a virtual program. There were lots of we had created one LMS also where they can get a personalized training and micro learning also. At the same time, we connected with all those people at a different interval, and the beauty was that we organized their training with a very short span of time. I mean to say, it was 2 hour session every week. And it was very easy for the organization also. It was very easy for the learners also to offer that time. And really, so we created lots of case studies, and LMS was also there so that they can see it. And we also recorded those sessions so that later on they can learn by their own. So that's how that really became a wonderful way of imparting training. And we utilize this kind of concept for many more organizations. So this is one of the example I've seen, and there are many more examples where people have some kind of LMS link and so many videos which they can learn at per their own convenience, timing, and all. So this was from my side. Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you. So I think that's all about leveraging the technology. Varun, would like to share the example from your organization.
Yeah, I would, start from where Rajesh have ended, because this is an important aspect looking at post-COVID implication. And, talking about the current situation, gamification into training program is very, very important, because that's how you involve them. You ensure that the participants are joining the session. And of course, it's for them also to see that, okay, if I am on the top of leaderboard, there's something for me. That could be some voucher from Amazon or on something, that is there for them to, to have it. So that's being one, because there are a lot of earn points, badges. That LMS is there. He also mentioned about LMS, because that's a critical, vital tool as of now for us, because you cannot bring everybody together. And from my organization, wherein we have presence in 19 countries across the world, it is very difficult for having all of them, from people coming down to the classroom, looking at the cost. So the best way is to have a virtual instructor-led training, VILTs. And coming to this, so LMS plays a vital role, with this. Second, what we did is that for instance, wherein we are into logistics and global logistics, and situation changes every day, looking at the world dynamics and geopolitics and geoeconomics. So what we have done is to ensure that the time zone matches each other, or it may not match, because right now it's 7:15 here in India, but then and it's morning in US. So for team in the US, we have to plan some sessions. So what we have done is we have created some videos on workflows that are essential for each and everyone in the organization, so that nobody has to rely on the time, that with time of the day that one needs to be there. It's night, I need to do on midnight or something. They can go to LMS, or they can go to a shared drive, which is available to everybody. Go there, and the pool of videos are there. You can check and you can have those things ready, available with them. Third, rather, I would say that last week we concluded a leadership session, for our in-house folks, and over 50 participants were there for over 8 countries. And for challenge for us was to have an inclusive training program for leaders, budding leaders, first-time managers, and people who are looking at a bigger role in the leadership program. So for us, it was very challenging, because when you talk about leadership, people now, it's about classroom training, because trainers, coaches, mentors always want leadership training to happen one-on-one in classrooms, so that, face-to-face, what I meant is. So we did a lot of innovation in these trainings, so that we had breakout rooms, we had role plays, we have connected people from different countries, patching with different countries, so as to ensure the inclusiveness is there, the diversification is there. And of course, then the communication, the most important thing is the communication is there within the employees. And that has resulted in spreading good word among everybody in the organization. And that is resulting, that's going to result us much more pull rather than push from a training standpoint, So, yeah. So that's something which I would want to comment on this point.
Right. Thank you. Thank you. I think gamification is really very important, because it not only just, engages the audience, but it also actually, enables them to build on to that experience in a much more productive and really exciting way. And also the point about, changing with the requirements of the program, bringing that agility. So thank you for bringing that up. Rajesh, would you like to touch that upon the role of technology and how it is actually impacting the innovative training practices, right? And how we can utilize the technology to create that wow experience for our learners.
Absolutely. I think this is something which is of most important element. For me, this is the most important element when we deliver training. So we all know that we have three kind of learner: auditory, then visual, then kinesthetic. So this is one place within these innovative things. We got all kind of stuff, and we can engage all kind of learners in a wow manner. For example, if we have more of auditory people, they are a good listener. So we have lots of audiobooks that can help them learn more, and then we can create some kind of assessment, and we can also observe their learning index growth and all those things. For example, the second thing, like Mr. Waring was really nicely explained, that for visual people, we can have lots of videos where we can see it, learn nicely, and utilize and develop themselves. This is the second way. When it comes to kinesthetic people, they love by doing. So the virtual reality and artificial intelligence is one particular thing where we can create any kind of environment where our learner can participate, feel it, learn by doing. So I think that's how the innovative practices, specifically related to technology, have many elements that can make learning useful for all kind of learner. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. I think that's a very pertinent point. Varang would like to add on that.
Sure. So, for me, technology is the heart of the innovation, in training. It enables us to deliver content efficiently, engaging learners through interactive simulations, provide real-time feedback, and measures progresses and accuracy, wherein, it enhances the learning experience by making it more accessible, personalized, and immersive. I'll take an, couple of examples here. First is the feedback. Now, I remember when I started my career, we used to have bunch of feedback form printed every month, every week, to ensure that we have everybody, giving it the feedbacks, and that's how we used to earn that, how the training has actually taken, away. What are the takeaways from the training? I remember during my first session in ISTD, it was, I guess, the first and the last. I know after 81st batch, we had contact sessions, and those days also we used to fill those feedback forms. Now we have MS Forms and Google Sheets wherein everybody chips in their details, and you have it. Linsu spoke about Rishikesh in the beginning. So you don't have to do anything. You have the Google Sheet link, you go there and fill your details, and it's all done. Further, when you go about, the other thing is that as training, we have limitation in providing anything and everything within spot span of time. So what we can do is, coming back to the LMS. So what we have done is we have rolled out a program called Seed. So wherein in our endeavor, what we do is we take the competencies and skills which are required for not just one department, one function. We take it for everybody, and basis on that, we roll out quarterly programs which are available on Coursera, on Udemy, on Great Learning, so that it is not just the behavioral or the function aspect that one is focusing on, it's focusing on the other aspect of the skill set and competences as well, which is not going to only help in the current way, but then it's going to help in a longer run.
Absolutely. Thank you for bringing that up. I think, very important points, especially with respect to the inclusion and the democratization of the learning, which is so very important, because inclusion and diversity actually promotes the innovation and fosters the innovation in the organization, which is so very critical for preparing the growth engine into the future of the organization. With this, my question would be, how we can actually, see the innovative training practices evolving in the next 5 to 10 years, right? And what should be the interventions which organization must focus on at this point in time to make sure that they are absolutely future ready? Rajesh, you're on mute.
Okay, so I think, in my opinion, as compared to traditional training methods, for innovative training methods in I think assessment, feedback is very important, because there we used to have all people together assessing their learning index used to be a easy job. Now since we are giving them personalized module and we are offering them micro learning, and as you have rightly said, there is a diversity. Now we need to have inclusion. So, like assessment is very much important, and that is a very, very important thing to be done. And feedback again is very important. But yes, I agree. Now there will be not bunch of those feedback sheets. Now we can take the help of Google Docs, and that's how we can take. But yes, in this particular method, the assessment becomes very important, and it should be done on a very religious manner before, mid, and after. This is very much important. Another thing is, when we talk about innovative methods related to technology, the knowledge of technology, the gadgets, that is also very important, because our employees, our participants should be comfortable with those kind of things. For example, we are talking about virtual reality or maybe artificial intelligence. So whenever we wear those things and we go for that kind of activity, initially people really, really feel very uncomfortable. Rather than learning something, they become really, really anxious. So, so
Right.
making them comfortable and assessing their learning will be very, very much crucial in getting a right kind of desired impact from the people, so that organization can achieve their objective based on training and development of their people. This was my side. Thank you.
Right. Thank you. Warren, just a quick one from you, and then I'll go to the audience for maybe a couple of questions if we can make it.
All right. So since looking at the time, so one of the most important aspects which I feel in future for next 5 to 10 years is on organizations. So the most important aspect lies on the organization, which should be prepared to invest in these technologies, adapt to a shorter and more I would say agile training formats, and embraces an ongoing skill development, and as as a competitive advantage, the employees, and of course it's the workforce that is going to increase the budgets and increase the revenues as well.
Right. Thank you. So we have, great learners out here in the audience. I'm very happy to see them. Would like to ask any of one of you, would like to ask a question. We can put you on live. Yes. Sumit ji,
hi, everyone. Okay, I'll just wait.
Sure. Please go ahead, sir.
I was just unmuting. Sorry. Yeah.
Sure.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. Wonderful ideas, and in such a short span of time. See, I'm completely convinced about the bite-sized learning through the videos as far as knowledge dissemination is concerned, procedural things and all of that, perfectly fine. But I'm not so convinced about the utility of such videos in terms of, disseminating skills and attitudes, because those involve a lot of finer nuances, a lot of practice, with the supervision of some seniors who have actually been there, done it, kind of a thing. So I would like both these speakers' responses on this as to how do we use the technology and videos for skills and attitudes. Thank you.
So thank you very much, Sumit ji. It is a very, very, very important question and very relevant question. So first of all, I really appreciate it. And secondly, I am able to understand what exactly is your concern. And my belief and my answer is, whatever can be the growth of technology and innovation, but yes, I am a firm believer that blended learning methods are the right approach. That's my answer. If you are satisfied, thank you very much.
Thank you. Warren, quickly, yeah.
No, I second with Rajesh. Blend learning and hybrid learning mode is the only thing. Coming back to the 2 points that Sumit mentioned about inclusiveness and, of course, looking at one's thing. Classroom training, instructor-led training is going nowhere. It will be there because unless there is a human mind behind driving it, technology alone cannot help people, because they need to understand what needs to be delivered. It's like a doctor. You need to give the problem, and then the solution will be given to you, whether it can be in solve over an online call or it has to be one-on-one. That depends on the situation to situation. But yes, instructor-led thing will be there in future as well.
Right. Thank you so much. I think we will just take one last question because of paucity of time.
So I
sir,
would just
please,
like to come in. Hi, good evening, Ajay this side.
Good evening.
I agree with what Rajesh and Varang have said, and partly the answer to my query was there in the previous question also. But my worry is that while we leverage technology, the biggest challenge we faced post or just at the end of COVID was that there was a huge fatigue element. Right. So while blended learning has been given as a solution, the balance that has to be maintained is always a challenge, and that is for us to, for the people from the L&D field, to make the balance and make it interesting. You know, there was a huge resistance. All the employees said, no, we are not going for any online. You please get approval for a session. We must go and meet people. We must talk people, so that human need for meeting and greeting also gets lot addressed in our programs. But
Right.
all the same, coming to technology, there are organizations like Swiggy where service is of utmost important, and there's a very high level of attrition in the boys, and they are also not very well educated. They have to be onboarded at the shortest possible time, and they also have to be trained. So there's an app available, and they are using micro learning. So they've been pretty successful at it so far. So I won't hold up your heart, but a great session so far. Thank you.
Right. Thank you so much. I think with this, we come to the conclusion of this entire session. Thank you so much, Rajesh ji. Thank you so much, Varang ji, for making it
Thank
so
you,
exciting. And
Yashwanji.
thank you, the audience, for the great energy in the session. Over to you, Anubha, madam, for the
Pleasure
final
is on
comments.
mine. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Thank
Perfect.
you very much.
I think I must compliment both the speakers and including you, Yashwant. I will sum it up in a very simplistic manner. I remember that Innovative Training Solutions were coming up with this acronym called ATWA DAC, which is like anytime, which is AT, AW anywhere, AD any device, and AC is any content. So if you will see 2017, the 70% of the people were using the online learning mode. Today, it has touched 98%. And I would really share something very exciting with all of you, because I thought this will really help. I hope you can see my screen on this. Now I
Yes,
have
we can.
so that's me, and I'll tell you why I'm showing this. This is a huge change which has happened. It is not only happening on a functional training, but also into the soft skills training also. So especially the bottom of the pyramid employees have started getting an immersive training. They can actually reach out to the any part of the organization. That's one. Secondly, any plant. That is two. Third is they can actually take up any kind of technical training, even the tools when they're using, with just the use on the fingers. So that's the beauty, and the things have changed drastically over a period of time. So I would say thanks. I think we all are in a changing world, and I think next 5 years down the line, a different level of learning will come up by each one of us. So thank you so very much, audience, and all the very best. Linsu, to you for the closure remarks, please.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Yashwanji. It was very nicely conducted. And I would say that the kind of questions that you've asked, that's something that covered the entire concept altogether within the given time frame. And I would, especially would like to thank our speakers for today, Rajesh ji and Varang, for taking their time out and ensuring that, the session goes in such a wonderful manner. And also the audience who have asked questions specifically, Sumit ji, Rajesh ji, and others who have asked. So it's just this bite-sized learning is happening just because of all of you, right? So this is something that gives us the motivation to take it forward, because the kind of participation that you guys are showing, that's amazing. So thank you so much. I won't take much time of yours. So here's Dinsu Koshi and the entire Delhi chapter team signing off from Manthan. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye. Good evening.
Bye. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Take
Thank
care.
you so much. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.